Namaste everyone, and welcome to week 2 of Flo-Tober, our free yoga for October month. And I just want to say a very humbling thank you to everyone who watched the class from last week, who joined me for the class last week, and for all of your lovely comments and feedback as well. It's been wonderful to hear how it's been so relaxing for you at a time when maybe you need that little bit more sort of self-love and maybe sometimes a little bit of a hug as well. So thank you to everyone who messaged me, commented, or joined me live. Yeah, I'm very, very grateful. So today, on week 2, we're going to focus on a problem that's quite prevalent in the Western world, and that is back pain, lower back pain specifically, and sciatica. So today's poses and postures and sort of routine sequence is going to be mainly targeting that specific problem. But even if you don't suffer with back issues or lower back pain of any description, then you can still do this practice. It's still going to work other muscles within the body. It's still going to be good for the mind, for the body, for the soul. And it's really quite a nurturing practice. Again, we're not going to be moving quickly through the postures. It's going to be nice and slow. So even if you're a beginner level yogi, you can join in and just practice the poses, maybe sort of find your pose, find where you're comfortable in each pose. And we're going to take a little bit more of a traditional Hatha approach today. So we are going to include some Pranayama at the end, Pranayama, and a little bit of meditation and a lovely, lovely Sukhasana. So I hope you enjoyed the class. I hope you join me until the end, and please, again, if you have any comments, any feedback, or if you'd like to come and join me for more classes every week, then just get in touch. I'm always here for you. So without further ado, let's crack on. So just bringing your hands together, palms together at your heart center, just closing your eyes, sitting in a nice comfortable seat with your back straight, neck straight, shoulders relaxed. And just focus on your breath, just feeling the body moving with your breath as you inhale. Feel the expansion as you exhale, feel the retraction. Just become aware and conscious of breath, feeling it tickle the inside of your nostrils as you inhale, and feeling it just kiss the top of your lips as you exhale. Just allow yourself to be on your mat today. Right now there isn't anything else where you need to be or you need to go and do, so just be here and now, present. Taking a nice big deep breath in, I'm going to chant one Om together. Breath in. As you exhale, just bow down. Just show gratitude. Inhale, bringing yourself back up. Gently, when you're ready, just slowly opening your eyes. Bringing yourself back to the mat, back to the body. And relaxing the arms down. So we're going to start from a seated position today. So just bringing your legs out a little bit and just bringing the soles of your feet together to touch, and just sliding the heels towards your perineum. Link the fingers and then just wrapping the hands around the toes and just press the knees down, sitting up nice and straight through your spine, keeping a nice active back, dropping the shoulders down. We're going to stay in Vadakanasana or butterfly pose for around 8 breaths. So just holding onto the toes, lifting yourself up, opening and pushing the chest forwards. And just breathe, just staying here for 8 breaths. And whilst you're in your postures today, whilst you're holding your asana, just scan through your body, just feel what your body's doing, just become aware of what your physical body is doing. Any sensations that crop up, any tickling motions or tingling motions or anything, and even emotions, just feel what's happening, what's going on. And again, closing your eyes if you want to, just really feel into your practice, surrender to the poses. And then when you're ready, just taking breath in. As you exhale, pull the elbows out and just gently from the hip tilt your body forwards. Just drawing yourself in to this forward fold over the legs. Holding it here for maybe 6 breaths. In and out, nice big deep breaths, really feel the body opening and expanding. And as you're exhaling, just try and see if you can relax into the posture a little bit more. If at any moment you feel any discomfort or pain, just coming out of the pose slowly, just finding comfort in your body, and then rejoining us when you're ready. Be aware that as you're holding your postures, your shoulders can start to creep up. So just again, realign the back, draw the shoulders down. Go for 2 more rounds of breath. And then when you're ready, on your exhale, just gently pressing yourself up, drawing your upper body tall. Just finding your length through the spine. And then when you're ready, exhale, and you're just going to take one leg straight. I'm just going to turn side on so you can see. One leg is coming straight. Now as you exhale, with the bent leg, so we'll go right leg straight first and left leg bent. Just drop the knee out to one side, lift the foot up and just bringing it on top of your thighs. So the roof of your foot and your ankle is just resting around the middle of the thigh, and just let that knee drop down and out. So we want to try and get a stretch on the inside of the thigh. As you inhale, and you can stay here if you want to as an option, as you inhale, bring the arms up, lengthen through the spine, draw the shoulders down, and as you exhale, from the hip, fold forward just as far as you can, and just hold the toes. So you're just activating the back of the straightened leg, keeping that chin up, looking forward just over the toe, and just going into this pose as far as you're comfortable. Don't force the posture, don't force the pose. If you can't quite reach your toes, just resting the hands on the floor, just lowering your arms down to just allow that little bit of freedom through your shoulders. We're not aiming to get your forehead to the shin in this exercise. We're just aiming to stretch through the hip and through the lower back. So by activating your spine, lifting your chest and drawing forward from your hip, you're going to pull into your spine and your lower back a little bit more. Just holding here for a few more breaths. Keeping the foot active. When you're ready on your exhale, just gently walking your hands back along the floor, keeping the foot up, just moving it down to just above the knee, taking the hands back behind you, pressing the knee out, and as you exhale, just bending the right knee, drawing that foot towards your chest, pressing back into your hands, and just drawing the knee out. Again, just feeling the stretch come around to a slightly different area of the hip. And staying here for 8 rounds of breath. Again, closing your eyes, just feel the sensations in your body. Keeping your back active, even though you're leaning back, you only want about 20% of your weight in your arms. The rest is coming on to your torso. Good. 2 more rounds of breath here. And on your exhale, just lengthening that leg down, pressing your hands into the earth, drawing your spine forwards. And we're going to uncross the leg. So we're coming over to the other side now. So the left leg is going straight. If you need to here, just give your legs a little bit of a shake. Active through the left foot, bending up through the right knee, dropping the knee out, lifting the foot onto the top half of the thigh, dropping that knee out. Now this may feel different one side to the other. We're not symmetrical in our muscle tension. So just go with what your body is comfortable with. And then again here, when you're ready, arms come up and length through the spine as you exhale from the hips. Draw yourself forward, reaching down towards your foot. Again, if you need to, having the hands on the floor. Try and keep the spine active. Adjust your foot if you need to. And just holding here, active through the spine, lift the chin. Just looking over above the top of your toe. 8 breaths. Try and keep your shoulders relaxed here. Remember, we're not trying to build tension in the body, we're trying to release it. So just relax, listen to your body. Again, with your exhale, just try to sink in deeper if you can. Got 3 more rounds of breath here. Good. And with your next exhale, just walking your hands back along the floor, bringing your spine up long. Just moving the ankle down the thigh a little bit to just above the knee. Hands coming down behind you. Remember, only 20% of your weight comes onto your arms. As you exhale, bending that left knee, drawing the foot towards your chest, opening out the chest, drawing the shoulders down. Take the weight, 80% of the weight on your torso, and just open out the right hip. Just feel the difference from the left side. We've got 3 more rounds of breath here. And on your next exhale, just straightening that left leg out, walk the hands in towards the hips, gently uncrossing the legs, just lengthen both out. And we're going to go for a supine twist. So we're coming down onto the back, so just gently lowering yourself down. If you've got a ponytail like me, you may want to either take it out or just move it up or down a little bit so you're not resting upon it. We want to be as comfortable as we can in each of these postures. So just flattening your shoulder blades against the earth, resting your arms down by your side. Take your right leg up and over the left, so just crossing the legs. And then as you exhale, just gently rotate both legs down towards the earth, going to the left side. And if you want to, you can take your left hand on top of the right knee. Just gently tease that knee down into the earth. Feel the stretch coming through the lower side of your spine. We're staying here for 8 breaths. Try and keep both of your shoulders down on the floor, relaxing through the shoulders as well. Just allow the body to learn that this posture is safe. It's not going to become a problem for the body if you're relaxed. Just relaxing into that posture and allowing it to do its work. Breathing into the belly, just feel the rise and fall of the belly. We've got 2 more rounds of breath here. And as you exhale, just gently drawing those legs up, coming back onto your spine. Uncross the legs, and then just bringing the left leg up and over the right. And you may feel again a difference between the 2 legs here. Just exhale, gently allowing the legs to roll down to the right. Again, you can take your right hand on top of the left knee. Just gently draw that knee down, relax the shoulders. Try and keep both of them down on the ground. And we'll just remain here for about 6 more breaths. As you exhale the next breath, just gently rolling yourself back up to the back. And just lengthen both legs out. Just having the feet a little bit apart. Arms are just resting down by your sides but not touching your sides. Palms facing up. Just stay here in corpse pose. And just center your body. Just find your breath. And just allow the body to work through what's just happened. Going on with the body. We're going to stay here for around 6 more breaths. At any point in your relaxation pose, you can scan the body, just feel where you're holding tension. Relax each part of your body. Allow your physical body to integrate the work that we're doing around the body and disperse the energy as we are going into each asana. Two more rounds of breath. And as you're exhaling your next breath, you're just going to bend both the knees. Gently roll yourself over onto one side. And then just drawing yourself up onto your feet. Taking the knees out. Now you can face any way you want to with this. You want your feet slightly apart so the heels are able to touch the ground. We're coming into Garland Pose, so Halasana. Press your elbows into the inside of your knees to draw the knees out and try and bring your palms to heart center. And just stretch up through the spine, drop the shoulders down, breathe and smile. This pose can be a little bit uncomfortable. So if you do have a pillow, a block, book, anything that you want to just draw underneath your bottom, just to support yourself in the pose, that's absolutely fine. Just find your comfortable Garland Pose that you can stay in for around 8 breaths. Drawing up, just gazing forward. You can close your eyes. Just feel where the body's working, where the body's stretching, what the body's doing, what the breath is doing. Just keep that continuous flow of breath coming in and out through the nose. And then when you're ready, just on your next exhale, we're going to drive up through the legs, so pressing into your heels. Activate your spine, activate your glutes, activate your thighs, and then just pressing up, drawing up to standing, turning the feet in to face each other. Now, I'll turn side on for you. We're going to bring the feet to touch. So you want the toes, ankles, and heels to touch if you can. If your feet are slightly apart, then please don't worry. But just bring the hands to heart center still. As you exhale, you're just going to bend your knees, push your bottom back, and as you exhale your next breath, just extend your arms up, coming into Uttanasana, chair pose. And then as you exhale, draw the arms back down, rotate, bring the elbow, the left elbow to the right knee, and rotate the spine. We're staying here for 6 breaths. Two more rounds of breath. As you exhale, just centralize your core, drive back up, hands come back down to heart center. Just center yourself, close your eyes, go inside a little bit. And then we'll do the same to the left side. Nice big deep breath in. Exhale, just bending the knees, pressing the bottom back, drawing the arms up on an exhale, bringing the arms back to heart center, and then bringing the right elbow to the left knee, rotating through. 6 breaths here. One more breath. And then as you exhale, coming up and bringing the hands back to heart center. Good. So we've done some leg work, we've done some just general stretching through the spine. We want to work the front of the body, so just taking a breath. We're just going to shift the weight onto one leg. So taking the weight onto the left side, drawing your knee, your right knee, up and in towards your chest. Now, if you need a chair, table, anything to support your balance here, feel free. Don't try and go further than you can. So just holding your balance here, reach down and just grab your big toe with your peace fingers and thumb. So your index and middle finger and your thumb. Hold the toe, and then if you can, just try and extend the leg out. I'm going to stay here for as long as you can, up to 6 breaths. Good, one more breath. And exhale, bend that knee, let go of the toe, draw it back in, back down. So you can feel the work going on in the left hip. So just taking a breath, centering yourself, and then, excuse me, when you're ready, we're going with the left leg. So shifting the weight onto your right, just make sure you're tall through your torso. Inhale, prepare yourself, draw the knee up. Now you may find that your balance is better on one side to the other. It's completely natural. So just drawing up, holding onto that big toe. And then if you can, oh, my balance is gone now. If you can, just lengthen that leg out and hold. I'll get my balance sorted in a minute. Hold. Good. Exhale. Draw that knee in, relax down. And just give your legs a little bit of a shake there if they need it. That can be quite hard work for the legs. Again, if you need to use the chair for any balance work, it's completely fine to do so. So, I thought I'd throw in a bit of a challenging one there for you. So we did shoulder, kind of a halasana. Yeah, we did halasana last week. Standing hand to big toe this week. So we're throwing in a few slightly more challenging poses. So what we want to do now is we're going to come to the front of the mat. As you exhale, take your right leg back a good maybe 4 feet, 3.5 to 4 feet back. Having that toe slightly angled up towards the front corner of your mat, so it's going, although inwards, it's technically going outwards. As you exhale, you're going to bend on the front knee, lower yourself down, and then with your left hand, or left elbow, you're going to bring your weight down on top of that knee, just above the knee, and then exhale, bring the arm up. Now you can do this one of two ways. You can bring the arm up to here, or you can bring the arm up and over, turning your pinky finger down towards the earth. I'm just going to stay here. Now if you're feeling flexible today, you can take your left hand to the floor, but you want to control your torso so you're not relying on your thigh to hold you up. So if your arm is down, you're not resting on it as such, you're just holding it there for the angle. And we're staying here for about 5 more breaths. Feel the energy coming up from the foot, all the way up through the leg, through the side of the body, up to the hand. Feel the heat building in your body. Lovely. Now as you exhale, turn your hip down, bring the hands to the floor, turn your back foot in. You can lower the knee here if you want to. Sort of heel toe the left foot out towards the side of the mat and bring the left hand inside of the ankle. And just hold yourself here so your left knee is bent. If I lift myself up, you can see my left knee is bent. The knee is above the ankle. And you're just stretching through the front of the hip here. And we're just going to stay here for 6 breaths. You can drop this one down onto your elbows if you're feeling as though you've got the flexibility and the strength. You can drop this one down to the elbows. You can also lift that back knee up off the floor, but just practice where you're at today. I'm keeping this reasonably simple, so any beginner practitioners can follow. We'll go 1 more breath, and then as you exhale, just take the weight onto your back knee a little bit. Take the other leg back, dropping down onto your elbows, pushing your bottom up into the ceiling, up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, you're just going to curl your toes under, pressing up. Now you can walk the feet in. You can bend the knees here as well if you need to. You're aiming to get your heels in towards the floor as much as you can. Kind of like a downward dog pose, but with your elbows on the floor, not just your hands. Good. When you're ready, just holding the breath in for one more. Exhale, bend the knees, lower them down to the floor, pressing up into the hands. And then when you're ready, you're going to come into cat-cow. So just take a couple of stretches there. So inhale, lower the spine. Pressing into the earth with your hands. Exhale, lower the head, raise the spine. Inhale, lower the spine, raise the head. And with your breath, we'll go one more round. Good, lovely. Leveling the spine, taking a breath in as you exhale, roll up into your downward dog, and then taking your right foot up off the floor, bend the knee, draw it in, pressing into the earth as you exhale, turn that back foot out, and then we're coming back to that posture, side angle pose. So the back foot is angled slightly towards the front edge. We're going to bend with the front knee, bring that elbow down, and then with the other arm, we'll take it up. Little finger pointing towards the earth, pressing into the back heel of the foot at the back, drawing in energy all the way along the back edge of the foot. Again, making sure that you're not relying on the thigh to hold your weight up, just have it there as a support. Good. 3 more rounds of breath here. As you exhale, just bringing that hand down, turning the back foot, dropping the knee down, heel toeing the right foot out to the edge of the mat, finding that length in the back leg, and finding your lizard pose. Again, here you have that option to bring yourself down onto your elbows or lift the back knee. Your level of practice is where you should follow. For 2 more rounds of breath. And as you exhale, taking the weight onto the back knee, sliding the right foot back, bringing the elbows to the floor, hips towards the ceiling, curling the toes under, pressing up into that dolphin. Again, here you can bend your knees if you need to. Draw weight into your hands, so you're really pressing your fingers, pads of your fingers, pads of your palms down into the ground. A few more rounds of breath here. And when you're ready, exhale, bending the knees down, up onto your hands. Just finding that tabletop pose. Once again, just go for a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, arch the spine down, looking up. Exhale, arch the spine up, looking down. Just a couple of rounds, just freeing the spine, moving the hips. Beautiful. This time, just leveling the spine, curling the toes under, driving your hips up and back. Find that downward dog. And then this time, exhale. We're going to lift the left leg, bend the knee, draw that foot forward, but bring the foot towards the right hand. lower the knee down, and then draw our back leg down. So we're finding a half pigeon. Now your leg, your left leg, you can have your shin parallel to the front of your mat, or you can have it tucked down so the foot's kind of underneath the back, the front of the right hip, wherever you feel comfortable. If you feel any pressure here, then just come out of the posture, come to child's pose and just rest for a moment. Now here, we can arch the back if we want to, pressing up into the ground, or we can go down, wherever you feel comfortable, and just practice to your level. For today, I'll stay up here. I'm going to stay for 6 rounds of breath. So we've done 2, maybe 3. We'll do 3 or 4 more. Good. When you're ready, just pressing the hands into the earth, unhooking the back toes, drawing the weight in, sliding that foot back. Finding your downward dog, just stretch through the back of the legs. When you're ready, bringing up the right leg, bend the knee, step it forward, bring the foot towards the left wrist. Same to this side. Lowering yourself down, just taking yourself to half pigeon. Again, here you have the option. You can press up a little bit more, arching the spine. You can lower yourself down onto your elbows, wherever you feel comfortable and safe. We'll go 3 more rounds of breath here. Beautiful. As you exhale, just taking that right knee forward a little bit, taking some weight, sliding back, uncurling the toe, curling the toe, sorry, pressing up, downward dog one more time, just to really open the lower back, open the hamstrings, use the shoulders, and then when you're ready, bringing yourself down. So you want to extend your legs in front of you and just wiggle your bum on the floor here. Find your sit bones connect to the earth, lengthen up through the spine. Activate both of the legs so your toes are drawing back in towards your shins. Inhale, draw the arms up towards the ceiling. Now from your hip, lift, stretch up, open the space between your lower rib and your pelvis, and as you exhale, just tip forward, nice and gently. Lower the arms down. From here, open the chest, draw the spine along, and just lower yourself down as far as you're comfortable. So we want to avoid curving the spine down. We want to keep the spine straight, so we really open and stretch through those muscles that support the spine. We're just staying here for about 4 more breaths. Exhale when you're ready. Just gently drawing yourself up and then bringing yourself into a comfortable seated position. So you can take Sukhasana, so your legs are just crossed, or if you feel more comfortable, maybe you want to take Siddhasana, where the heel of your foot comes into the perineum, into the groin, and then the other foot just comes in front. The knees press down and you can lengthen up through your spine. If here you feel like you're unable to lift naturally. You can sit yourself up on maybe a block or a pillow, blanket that's been folded up a few times, just to lift your hips up and give you that elevation you need to make the spine straight. We're going to do a short practice of pranayama. So this is what's more commonly referred to as breathing exercises. It's all about trying to create balance in the body between the energy systems. So we're going to do, you have the choice, we're going to do either box breathing or we're going to do Nadi Shodhana. So if you have a stuffy nose, if you have a bit of a cold, if you have hay fever or allergies or sinus issues, then you may struggle to do Nadi Shodhana. So just breathe into your belly, feel the belly, then feel the rib cage, then feel up into the top of your ribs on an inhale. Exhale from the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, from the belly. And equal your inhale and exhale length. So count maybe 4 or 6 as you're inhaling. So just 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Find your comfortable place where you can balance the two in and out. If you're going to come forward, Nadi Shodhana, so alternate nostril breathing, just bringing your right hand, and you've got an option here as well, so you can either fold your index and middle finger down. We're using the right thumb on the right nostril, and then the ring finger and pinky on the left nostril. If you struggle to hold these two fingers down, you can place them upon the third eye, and just do the same thumb and ring finger on each nostril. So, closing your eyes, I'm going to be doing the Nadi Shodhana, so feel free to follow me. Nice and tall through the back, just pressing or holding those fingers on your third eye or holding them down. Just take a nice big deep breath in. Now then, exhale, both nostrils. With your thumb, just gently close the right nostril. Inhale through the left. Close the left nostril with your ring finger. Open the right. Exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right nostril. Close with the thumb. Open the other nostril, the left nostril with your ring finger. Exhale. Inhale through the left. Close the nostril. Open the right. Exhale. Inhale through the right. Close the nostril. Open the left. Exhale. Inhale. Close the nostril. Open the right. And just carry on in this pattern. Good, now carry on. If you're box breathing, just inhale, feel the belly expand, feel the ribs, feel the upper ribs. Now exhale, feel the upper ribs emptying, middle ribs, belly. Nice big deep breaths in and out. Eight more rounds of breath. One more round of breath, and then just relaxing your hand down to your knees. Take a mudra or a gesture here if you wish. Bringing your thumb and your index finger together on both hands. So Jin or Chin mudra. You can turn the palms up or down. So generally we say turn up to receive, turn down to ground. So if you feel a little bit airy today, maybe turn the palms down. If you feel like you need to receive something, a message or some energy, then maybe turn the palms up. Just ask the universe for some of that. So just keeping your eyes closed, keep your back straight, neck straight. Just continue to breathe. Just drawing your awareness into your heart center today. And just feel the radiant energy that vibrates out from your beating heart. Feel that energy as it travels throughout your body, down to the very tips of every toe and every finger, and all the way up to the very top of your head. Just feel the pulsing vibrations as they move through your body, touching every single cell of your being. With each breath, just turn your attention a little bit more deeper inside. Go inward to your heart, your home, your truth. Find comfort in your home, your truth, your heart. Show gratitude for the work that this beating heart does for your body. Without instruction from you, your heart keeps you alive. Keeps the life flowing through you, the energy. Just become aware of how your body feels. Become aware of the sensations that travel through you as this energy transmits all the way through your being. Feel this energy as it touches every single cell of the body, including your mind. Feel the emotions that attach to the heart. The heart is your emotion center. It's where love, compassion, joy all live. They all reside within this place. So feel those joy, loving, compassionate energies just traveling through your body. Feel yourself glowing with that beautiful energy. Now when you're ready, just bringing your awareness back to your physical self, your physical being. How your body feels, knowing that you're so filled with love. How your mind feels, knowing that there's nothing but joy and compassion within. When you're ready, just gently turn yourself down, rolling to the floor and taking yourself to corpse pose, laying flat on your back. Feet are apart and relaxed. Arms are relaxed by your sides but not touching your sides. Palms upwards towards the ceiling. Rest your head down on the floor, keeping your eyes closed. And just allow the weight of your physical disappear. Allow yourself to just feel weightlessness as you lay here in Shavasana. Just imagine that you are laying on a bright white fluffy summer's cloud, just floating, drifting. You have nowhere to go, nothing to do, nowhere to be. You can look down upon your world of joy and compassion and love. Just stay in this joyful moment for a few moments, just focusing on nothing, just giving yourself permission to do nothing. If you have the luxury of time today and you want to stay in your Shavasana, feel free to do so for as long as you want. If you have things that you need to go and do now, just start to bring the sensations back into your physical body. Maybe wiggling your toes and your fingers. Drawing sensation back. Perhaps turning your head from left to right gently, just bringing movement back into the physical body. And in your own time, when you're ready, just rolling over onto your left side and just curling up here for a moment, taking a few breaths. And in your own time, just pressing into the earth, drawing yourself back to seated. Taking a nice big deep breath in. And now just bringing yourself back to reality, back to now. And I want to finish on a quote today that is from Helen Keller. She said, "The most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt within the heart." So just allow those feelings of joy and emotion and love and compassion to flood out of you everywhere you go. Fill the world with positivity and joy. Now bringing your hands to heart center, taking a nice big deep breath in, rubbing the palms together, creating some heat. As you exhale and draw the hands over the palms, just draw that heat in through your eyes. Take that energy over the head, down the cheeks, back to the heart center. Press the thumbs against the sternum. Bring that energy, that warmth into the heart. Fill your heart with warmth. Deep breath in as you exhale. Just relax. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, queries, comments, concerns, or doubts about your practice, please do not hesitate to get in touch with me, and I'll be more than happy to help you. But until next week, thank you and enjoy your week.